now, hate me now. Enemies gon' hate me now. Enemies gon' hate me now, hate me now. Enemies gon' hate me now, hate me now. Enemies, busters got some mana, but I handle that, so hate me now. Got the Louis Slugger, you better cover when I hit a foul. You better be so quick to get it here when the pistol show. All my niggas get me creeping slow, and we on that blow. Told the two that I use, searching for an easy man. Demon in me wakes, now I shake and don't feel okay. Yeah, I'm terrified in my mind, so corrupted too. Feel so blizzo, hizzo, off that snizzo, but still keep it smooth. Evil prince, stay so blitz, busy down with Psycho Mike. Scheming, leaning all throughout the night, down in Metro Height. Bitch, you getting sprayed from grenade when I put up here. Gangsta P, here with me, and we always going in. Waking, shaking in my bed, hating leaves you where y'all dead. Don't you rest so tears up, call your blizz up when I'm on my man. I face so much crime, stay inside. I have on my mind. Please don't shoot your blizzo, send you his on, get your miz on ride. Enemies so close to me, especially gon' hate me now. Motivated jealousy, but still I elevate somehow. Violent face all in my space, deep inside you hating me. Take that loaded Glock 19 and kill that kind with courtesy. Enemies so close to me, especially gon' hate me now. Motivated jealousy, but still I elevate somehow. Violent face all in my space, deep inside you hating me. Take that loaded Glock 19 and kill that kind with courtesy. Hate me now, hate me now. Enemies gon' hate me now. Hate me now. Enemies.
You hate me now, nigga, damn, I thought we was cool. You hate me now, I thought we was cool.
You mad at me now, but all I do is laughing. The chopper bullet split him up like he a fraction. He run up on me, think it's chicken, now he past tense. Yes, I am evil Chris, but also Trace, so blast him. I catch him loafing, I'ma up the gun and let it bust. I got them niggas in the car ready to shoot shit up. You mention me, boy, I'ma kill him, best not test your luck. Your bitch a groupie, all up in my DMs tryna fuck. These niggas lying in they songs, you know they capping. I'm on the block, I put in work, you niggas slacking. My nigga get jammed up and then we go and post bail. But if your nigga run up, we gon' send his ass to hell. Ain't have a ruler, kept a Ruger when I was in school. I'm hitting ops with this stick like I'm playing pool. Handy manny in this bitch, we got all the tools. You hate me now, damn nigga, I thought we was cool.
Peace, peace, peace. What's going on? What's happening? Hey, we in the Thought Box, man. Hey, and if you rock out with MD's Thought Box, check me out every Tuesdays and Wednesdays over at the Straight Talk Society with Trevor. I'm over there every Tuesdays and Wednesdays. Tuesday, 6:30. We got TFP, Take Fist Politics, y'all, where we talking about the latest in the news and what's happening in politics right now. With my homeboy, Vancat, producer extraordinaire, Ricardo, and Mike. I'm over there Tuesday, 6:30. Then you got Wednesday, Wrestling with Reality, 6:05 on TBS, the Superstation. I mean, Straight Talk Society, Trev, myself, Vancat, and a host of others. We over there rocking out, talking about what's going on in wrestling right now. We talking about the pay-per-views. We bringing the nostalgia to you. Everything wrestling, we over there talking about it. Wednesdays, 6:05. Check me out over there, the family-friendly version now. MD, Straight Talk Society. Boom.
Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
At the very same time that America refused to give the Negro in Atlanta, our government was giving away millions of acres of land in the West and the Midwest, which meant that it was willing to undergird its white peasants from Europe with an economic floor. But not only did they give the land, they built land-grant colleges with government money to teach them how to farm. Not only that, they provided county agents to further their expertise in farming. Not only that, They provided low interest rates in order that they could mechanize their farms. Not only that, today many of these people are receiving millions of dollars in federal subsidies not to farm, and they are the very people telling the black man that he ought to lift himself by his own bootstraps. Now, this is what we are faced with, and this is the reality. Now, when we come to Washington, in this campaign, we are coming to get our check.
I remember when the ATL wasn't banging, now they banging, 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 banging. Niggas throwing sets and them bullets start ringing, bitches banging, 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 banging. I remember when the ATL wasn't banging, now they banging, 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 banging. Niggas throwing sets and them bullets start ringing like bang, 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 bitch, nigga, bang, 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 bang.
Smoking on you got the light.
You talking choppers, you getting right. You wanna blow with the dope every night.
Said he wanted some scratch, so he took him
Let
one
me know,
night.
say you wanna get paid, you wanna be right.
He team 4K got slapped
Walking
through
down,
pipe.
still got on these shades, even though it ain't night. Cause they little pink piss too hard. Let's go on a SRT with a Draco tight. Got a little boy way, can't sleep at night.
You gotta go get that motherfucking dope. You gotta run, say fuck out that hoe. I was just broken, I didn't have a friend, so I went in the trap and I sold me some dope.
Let's
For
go.
real.
Poppin' purse, make her suck dick for an hour, get to work. I told the bitch to get nasty for double. She bought her best friend, they for each other. Okay for me, make her fuck my brother. Got a team full of players, free band, no struggle.
Big 4K down to the door.
Might get in there, mo, go dig with a shovel. Break out the chopstick, hit on wherever. Broad daylight, bitch, I'ma get on wherever. Let's go, double O walk on this bitch, but I like to talk on this bitch.
Hold on.
Purpose said walk on this bitch, the purpose said talk on this bitch.
Hold on.
I just be geeking out drugs, taking all kinds of shit. Bitch on the full shit, fine. You see all kind of bitch.
Running through the design, don't care about shit. I can work one time, though. Rich little man got shot, you slide, little boy, you a beast. 15 ball, one play, don't miss.
Peace. What's going on? What's happening? MD's Thought Box on this Memorial Day Monday. What's going on, everybody? I hope everybody had a wonderful day. Wonderful day. I hope you was able to spend time with family and friends, kick back, chill on this quote unquote off day. You know what I'm saying? As you can see, I'm in the thought box. You know what I'm saying? Now I will say, I was home over the weekend. I left out yesterday to Louisiana. I came back. I went to the house, kicked it a little bit just now. Now I'm back in the thought box. I got to get up early and ride back out once again to Louisiana. So hopefully everybody enjoyed their day off. Everybody kick back, chill. You know what I'm saying? It's always a good time where you can recharge the good old batteries. You know what I'm saying? And get back out there. Cause hey, this life we live, bro, it's so beautiful. You know what I'm saying? It's so beautiful. At the end of the day, you got bills to pay. I'm on a delay for some odd reason. You know what I'm saying? And that's not okay. I guess it's just the internet, but let's say my internet great. But to any event, peace. What's up? Can everybody hear me out there in YouTube land? Can everybody hear me? You know what I'm saying? Because we still gonna get it in. We still gonna get it in for today's topic. We definitely gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? Somebody give me a green light so I can go and get it on in. Well, but peace. What's up, Jesse, man? What's up with you, man? I hope you're doing good this evening. And as always, man, the doors of the church for MD's Talk Box Live is open. So, no GNG tonight. I appreciate that, Jesse. No GNG tonight. No God and government. I just felt like, man, look, it's a holiday. Everybody chilling, man. I ain't gonna, ask for nobody to do no show on a holiday. So, I told Apex, I hit him up in a message, man, told him enjoy his holiday, man. We'll be back for GNG next Monday. we still doing the topic, wars and rumors of wars. That's gonna be a cold topic. That's gonna be a cold topic. I gotta put my video packages together and all that good shit for that particular show. And we might do back to back shows. We might do back to back shows next Monday and the following Monday. You know what I'm saying? We might do shows because I got another topic that I want to get into. G&G, love and marriage. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna be the next topic. We're gonna discuss the values of marriage, a holy matrimony versus a legal contract. We're gonna try to get into all of that on the following Monday. So I ain't decided yet. We may do back to back, or we may just go to a regular schedule. We'll do Wars and Rooms of Wars next week. Then 2 weeks after that, we'll do the Love and Marriage show. But I ain't decided yet. Stay tuned for that. And as always, and I'm coming right back. Even though this is a MD Thoughtbox Live tonight, I'm coming right back Thursday with the truth about Biden's economy. I'm coming right back with that. So, it's all good. Damn, why my camera fluking like that, bro? Yeah, no doubt, Jesse, man. Eat your food, man. Eat your food. What what y'all grilled out in Colorado this evening? What you got on there? Some real meat, some pork ribs. You know what I'm saying? What you got on there? Yeah, man. Hey, I did some grilling on Saturday. I got my grilling on out the way because I knew the kids had want something. So, and hell, they been hitting grills all day today. So I got me another plate from somewhere else that I put in my refrigerator just now. I'm gonna eat that tomorrow. I ate my food. Hell, when it got me a plate of somebody else's food. So I'm straight as far as on the Q-tip. No pun intended, but yeah, on the Q, man, I'm good. Got me a plate, man, set up for tomorrow. So that's what I'm be eating on. Ain't no pig ass on my plate. So you know what I'm saying? Hey, when I grill, bro, like yeah, I let either the boss lady or one of my kids, cause my kids know how to, they quasi know how to cook. So you know what I'm saying? Oh, he on the spaghetti with them sprouts. Oh, I got you, bro. I got you. Hey, it's all good. I guess you ain't had no cue to hit up. It's all good, bro. I ain't even tripping. But my kids, they eat pork. I ain't gonna tell them not to eat pork. That what they want to eat. Damn, they can eat it. I don't give a damn. But I don't eat pork for like no religious reason or nothing like that. I ate some Alaskan grilled salmon. Yeah. That if you know how to do it, a lot of folk don't know how to grill no salmon. Well, I mean, it's smoked rather than grilled, but a lot of folk don't know how to do that shit. Or they ain't got the patience to be on the lookout on it. That actually when it comes to like salmon, like a full salmon fillet or salmon steak, something like that, that's the only way I can eat it. You know what I'm saying? I gotta have that smoke flavor on that plank. You know what I'm saying? So, but the way I do it, I put it on the plank and I wrap the whole shit in foil. You know what I'm saying? And put that some bitch in the smoker, man. All the steaks or the fillet, however it's cut, and put it in the smoker, man. That's the best way to eat salmon to me. A lot of folk don't know how to cook salmon. That's why I don't really eat it like that unless I'm cooking it. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, like when it comes to salmon, man, hell, that's morning time food for me. Some good old southern salmon croquette, man, with some grit. But yeah, man, yeah, it is what it is, man. I hope everybody enjoyed their day, like I said. So what I want to get into tonight, first and foremost, check out. I got it on tonight, even though it's crooked. I ain't tripping. I'm still rocking it. I got on the American Freedman hat for a specific reason. Today is a very special day, not for the sanctity of Memorial Day in and of itself, how the government views it, but and I'm pretty sure Jesse, Memorial Day was sanctified in the onset of the ending of the Civil War to commemorate them freedmen soldiers who fought. And the rest of the Union Army. A lot of people don't know that. Yeah, some of the Union Army were doing some fucked up stuff to black folk. No question, hand down. Any example you want, go check out the Devil's Punch Bowl in Natchez, Mississippi. That Freedman work. That was some bullshit. But in any event, from the totality of how we view the Union soldiers that fought, them freedmen that was newly emancipated commemorated them soldiers, both black and white. Let's go to an article. I'm gonna read this article, then I'm gonna get into my main topic. I'm gonna get into my main topic after I read this article, because a lot of people don't know that shit. Shout out to Trail. Trail said he didn't know that Memorial Day was a freedman holiday. So it's always good to learn somebody, man. It's always good to learn somebody, man. Each one teach one, bro. That's what I say. Each one teach one, my man. And teach them real history. Don't teach them the battle. What the hell is this in the okay. All right, this from the Washington Post, right? It says black people may have started Memorial Day, whites erased it from history. Hey, I can't complain with that with that header, bro. I can't complain with it one bit. Let me go to what I like. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I can't complain with that header at all. So yeah, this is from the Washington Post. It says on May 1st, 1865, thousands of newly freed black people gathered in Charleston, South Carolina for what may have been the nation's first Memorial Day celebration. Attendees held a parade and put flowers on the graves of Union soldiers who had helped liberate them from slavery. The event took place 3 weeks after the Civil War surrender of Confederate General Robert E. Lee and 2 weeks after the assassination of President Abraham Lincoln. It was a remarkable moment in U.S. history at the nexus of war and peace, destruction and reconstruction, servitude and emancipation. But the day would not be remembered as the first Memorial Day. In fact, white Southerners made sure that for more than a century, the day wasn't remembered at all. That's your lost cause doctrine. That's your lost cause doctrine right there. The lost cause doctrine, in my opinion, is the very reason why we don't have reparations today. The very reason. Hands down, point blank, period. The lost cause doctrine devastated any progressive action from the end of Reconstruction on. Devastated it. But let me stop rambling. Let me go on and go forward. It was, quote, a kind of erasure from public memory, unquote, said David Blight, a history professor at Yale University. It says the contested Confederate roots of Memorial Day. In February 1865, Confederate soldiers withdrew from Charleston after the Union had bombarded it with offshore cannon fire for more than a year and began to cut off supply lines. The city surrendered to the Union Army, leaving a massive population of free, formerly enslaved people. Also left in the wake of the Confederate evacuation were the graves of more than 250 Union soldiers, buried without coffins behind the judge's stand of the Washington Race Course, a Charleston horse track that had been converted into an outdoor prison for captured Northerners. The condition was brutal, and most of those who had died succumbed to exposure or disease. In April, about two dozen of Charleston's freedmen, boy, they be, hey, if y'all don't understand, why when we go back into the history books, I'm telling you, folks like Jesse telling you, hey, look, there's a specific name that we were called during Reconstruction. There's a specific definition of that name saying that's what it is, and their descendants. People leave that shit out. And it's a multitude of resources that you can go to. I'm gonna talk about this on Thursday, dealing with the South Carolina District 1 race gerrymandering case. It's a myriad of resources that you can go to showing you what the language is and how to use it. But hey, I digress. Let me go back. In April, about two dozen of Charleston's freedmen volunteered to disinter the bodies and rebury them in rows of marked graves surrounded by a wooden, freshly whitewashed fence, according to newspaper accounts from the time. Then, on May 1st, about 10,000 people, mostly formerly enslaved people, turned out for a memorial service that the freed people had organized. Along with abolitionists and journalist James Redpath and some white missionaries and teachers from the North. Redpath described the day in the New York Tribune as such a procession of friends and mourners as South Carolina or the United States never saw before. It says the day's events began around 9 a.m. with a parade led about 2,800 black school children who had just been enrolled in new schools, the Freedmen schools, bearing armfuls of flowers. They marched around the horse track and entered the cemetery gate under an arch with black painted letters that read "Martyrs of the Race Course." The school children proceeded through the cemetery and distributed the flowers on the grave sites. Other attendees entered the cemetery with even more flowers as the school children sang songs including the Star Spangled Banner and John Brown's Body. There it goes, John Brown's Body. That's where that jingle come from. That was a John Brown song. They had commemorated John Brown for what he did. He was crazy than a motherfucker. He was a loony bin. But John Brown was about that shit. He was with the shits. Standing on what was right. No doubt, Jesse. No doubt. My family is originally from South Carolina on my mom's side. There you go. You're a freedman. You know, Jesse, I remember we had that conversation where I was talking about I'm more black than you is. Because my family's still in the South. And we never left. That's banter at the end of the day. At the end of the day, if your people come from emancipated slaves, if your people descend from them original freedmen, you as black as anybody else, bro. That's just what it is. We be talking shit. We be talking shit. Let me go back to this article. When all had left, Redpath wrote, the holy mounds, the tops, the sides, and the spaces between them were one mass of flowers. Not a speck of earth could be seen. And as the breeze wafted the sweet perfume from them outside and beyond to the sympathetic multitude, there were few eyes among them who knew the meaning of the ceremony that were not dimmed with tears of joy. Them freedmen, bro, that was the fight of their life. Hell yeah, if that were me, I would cry too. That these people died, despite what they look like. These people died so I can know what freedom is in the United States of America. And that's what I commend on this Memorial Day. Because that was the original intent. No doubt, Jesse, no doubt. Because that was the original intent. Now, don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted at all. I cannot forget the people who fought for freedom around the world in the United States military in all conflicts. I can't do that. That would be selfish of me to do that as an American. But I'm just showing you the original intent of what we now call Memorial Day. Hands down, no doubt. The dedication ended with prayers and Bible verses from local black ministers, followed by speeches from Union officers and Northern missionaries, a picnic on the race course, and drills by Union infantry, including some African-American regiments. The observance didn't end until sundown. You can also find this in the book, The Bloody Shirt. The Bloody Shirt goes into great detail about recollections during Reconstruction in various regions of the South, dealing with what black people were going through and what some of the Reconstruction government was going through at the time, black and white. Great book. I recommend it. That's probably gonna be my next Thought Box book of the month, The Bloody Shirt. Van Cat, stay tuned, bro. I may need you up here front and center. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. That's what this whole show is about. It's about the speech. As a matter of fact, I'm playing the whole speech and I'm breaking it down. So stay tuned. You're welcome to come up if you want. The link is in the chat. The doors of the church are open. So let me break. It says, and then Blight said the event was forgotten, not right away, but within a few decades. Any recollection persisted mere as rumor and verbal anecdotes. The reason that happened, point blank, period, was because of the lost cause doctrine. The goal of the Confederates was to erase any recollection of any attributes, especially amongst the black Union soldiers, especially amongst the Reconstruction era. Erase all that and put all the victimhood within the Confederacy. That was their sole goal from basically 1877 on. Their sole goal. After Reconstruction had ended, and they had basically enforced Jim Crow at that time, the goal was to erase any history of the Reconstruction era. I guarantee you, had Reconstruction went the way it was supposed to go, we would have got reparations. In the 1800s, we would have got it. Because the Republican demand was there. The Republican demand was there. But I digress. The reason he said is that the The reason he said is that by the middle and end of Reconstruction, see, here you go right here. The black folks of Charleston were not creating the public memory of that city. They couldn't. They were too busy being terrorized. They couldn't. The Southern generals who stuck with the Union in the Civil War. The portrayal of the Civil War and its aftermath was controlled in the South by groups such as the United Daughters of the Confederacy, that's the lost cause, and the Ladies Memorial Association, as well as Confederate veterans, Blight said. Now, if anybody knows, Peace Trail, what's up? If anybody knows about Stone Mountain, just using that as an example. Anybody knows about Stone Mountain? Stone Mountain was funded by the Daughters of the Confederacy. It was funded by it. The Daughters of the Confederacy were put into place to erase the Reconstruction era and make sure that the Confederacy and its traditions was kept alive throughout the annals of history. That's exactly what they did, putting monuments over all of the South. That's exactly what they did. This tradition that a lot of these white Southern people talk about, it's no tradition. It's a fight for white victimhood during the Civil War. That was the fight. Point blank, period. And they were successful. When at the same time, black people were being terrorized. We couldn't fight. You know what I'm saying? Because the federal help was gone. After 1877, it was over. It was over. And that's just what it is. The portrayal of the Civil War and its aftermath was controlled. Okay. The Daughters of the Confederacy were the guardians of that narrative, said Damon Fordham, an adjunct professor of history at the Citadel, a military college in Charleston. And much of that was skewed toward the Confederate point of view. Blight chronicled in 1865 Charleston ritual in his 2001 book, Race and Reunion, The Civil War in American History. Based on evidence that Fordham helped him uncover, Blight had been researching the book in 1999 in an archive of the Houghton Library at Harvard University when he found a collection of papers written by Union veterans that contained a description of the May 1st, 1865 events in Charleston. If the description was accurate, Blight said, he knew that the event in Charleston deserved its own full commemoration, just because of the poignancy of it, the sheer scale of it. But first, he had to corroborate it. One of the first places he contacted was the Avery Research Center for African American History and Culture at the College of Charleston. I called up the curator there, Blight recalled, and I said, I just found this in a collection of veterans materials. Have you ever heard of this story? And the guy said, no, that never happened. The guy was Fordham, who at the time was a graduate student at the college and a research assistant at Avery. Despite his doubts, Fordham knew the center had a microfilm of the Charleston Courier, a daily newspaper from that time, so we checked it. About 2 hours later, he called me back, and he said, oh my God, here it is, Blight said. It was a Courier article from May 2nd, 1865, describing this extraordinary parade on the old Planters race course. Blight went on to find more proof, including an illustration on the Fence Cemetery that was published in Harper's Weekly in 1867. Pretty soon, I had all these sources that no one had ever bumped into. So one thing kept leading to another, he said, but even people in Charleston said no, never heard of it. That shows the power of the erasure of public memory over time. They didn't want you to know this. They didn't. The lost cause doctrine did not want you to know this shit. That's just what it is. Oh, my bad. That was the fight after Reconstruction. That was the fight. I would even go far as to say that was more of a priority to diminish the reality of what was going on during Reconstruction than the actual plight of Black Americans itself. That's just a fact. It says in the book, Blight describes a 1916 letter written by the president of the Ladies Memorial Association in Charleston, replying to an inquiry about May 1st, 1865 parade. United Daughters of the Confederacy official wanted to know if it was true that blacks and their white abolitionist friends had engaged in such a burial rite, he wrote. Mrs. S.C. Beckwith responded tirelessly, I regret that I was unable to gather an official information in answer to this. In the 1880s, the bodies of the Union soldiers, the martyrs of the race course, were exhumed and moved to Beaufort. Some of them South Carolina, they say Beaufort. That shit is Beaufort. Beaufort National Cemetery, because I live in Beaufort. And ain't got no EA in it. Beaufort National Cemetery. The horse track closed shortly after that, and the 60 acres of land became Hampton Park, named for Wade Hampton, a Confederate general, and Charleston native who became governor of South Carolina in 1876. Hampton enslaved nearly 1,000 people before the war, and his governorship was supported by the Red Shirts, a white paramilitary group that violently suppressed the black vote. The Red Shirts were a faction from the White League. Like you had the South Carolina White League, then you had like they said, like a paramilitary wing of the White League. You had the White League and the Ku Klux Klan. Way back when I first got on well, not when I first got on YouTube, but when I first started like presenting information like this, I showed a depiction of an illustration that came from a newspaper article in the during Reconstruction, actually, portraying the Ku Klux and the White League hand in hand, like joining forces, basically. It says, after slavery, black people desperately searched for family through newspaper ads. By the end of the century, no vestige of the race course, the cemetery, or the 1865 parade remained. More spring graveside memorials followed the one in Charleston. Several occurred in towns across the country in the spring of 1866, and many of these places, such as Columbus, Mississippi, whose commemoration became annual, claim to have held the original Memorial Day observance. Officially, the nation recognizes Memorial Day as having started in Waterloo, New York. That was the one that John Logan, Commander John Logan of the Union Army, started. And there's accounts, not in the Bloody Shirt. What's that book? Union Soldiers Days Past, Reconstruction Era. I think Eric Foner also talked about this. He had got wind of what was going on in the South, and that's when Commander John Logan also started doing, like, he was just saying, hey, like, we got these black folks doing this down south. We need to do this also to commemorate these soldiers, and that's how they said it officially started. But in Charleston, the freed people didn't have the power to develop an annual tradition after 1865. But the city now recognizes itself regardless as the holiday's birthplace. On May 1st, 1865, a parade to honor the Union War dead took place here, reads a state historical marker erected in Hampton Park in 2017. The event marked the earliest celebration of what became known as Memorial Day. So, just to give y'all a breakdown of where Memorial Day comes from, the significance of it to the newly emancipated, the freedmen, to commemorate those soldiers who had fought and died for the freedom of those people. And all I can do is say salute. And I commemorate those people that commemorated my ancestors, y'all ancestors. You know what I'm saying? We always want to give a shout out to them on this day. So, do your regular thing, that as an American, that's what we're supposed to do. But always remember the significance behind it in its inception. So now, Vancat, what you doing? I'm about to play. I'm about to play this Trump video, and we're gonna break this damn thing down. We're gonna break it down because I've been seeing a lot of misconceptions that people been on opining in terms of how they view what happened in Washington at the Libertarian National Convention. A lot of misconceptions. First and foremost, what is a libertarian? What is a libertarian? Whatever a libertarian is, I'll tell you what. A libertarian, 100% is an ideologue. They stand on their shit. How crazy it may be, how bullshit it may sound, they stand on their shit. The Libertarian Party is the most unbullshittable party in politics. Let me say that first and foremost. You can't bullshit no libertarian. You can't do it. Because a lot of their views too whacked out. But I give them that. They stand on their square. I give them that. So let's first find out what a libertarian is. Now, I've always said that I have a lot of libertarian views. I've always said that. But I would never, not in this day and time, I would never call myself a libertarian nor involve myself in the politics of the Libertarian Party. I would never do that. Them motherfuckers is crazy as hell. Hey, we gonna talk about that, Jess. We gonna talk about that. That's why I always say fuck the Libertarian Party. I used to say that a lot. I used to end like fuck the Libertarian Party. Because a lot of them are there just to be obstructionists, to cause havoc and chaos. That's just keeping it real. So let's find out what a libertarian is from the Libertarian Party. Let's find out what it is. That'll give us more of a backdrop to the Trump speech. We're gonna try to break that down. We're gonna try this evening to break that down, then I'm gonna let y'all go because I know y'all gotta go to work tomorrow. Okay, this is from libertarianism.org. It says, what is a libertarian? Let me see if y'all can see that. Yeah, y'all can see it. Let me change my thingamajigger. It says, what is a libertarian? Libertarians believe that in politics, liberty is the most important value. Almost everyone wants freedom for themselves. Remember that. But a libertarian also seeks to protect and expand the freedoms of others. Remember that. Remember it. When people are free, we can create a more just, more prosperous, safer, and better world for everyone. So in a nutshell, that's what a libertarian is. In a nutshell. So, without further ado, let's play this Trump rally from this weekend. Yeah, no doubt. Yeah. Hey, Jesse, they always look for somebody to come through and chop it up with them. Hell, they desperate. They desperate. But let's go. Let's break this Trump rally down. Booing the living shit out of him when he came out. Booing the living shit out of him. Now I'm gonna play this a little bit of it, and then I'm gonna ask a question.
Thank you. Thank you.
And again, the doors of the church are open. Like I said, you know, y'all probably getting ready for bed or whatnot, clipping your toenails or whatever you're doing, you know. But hey, because this was unexpected, impromptu. But if anybody want to come chop it up, let me know. Hit the like button. At the least you could do while you're sitting in the comment section.
Well, thank you very much, everybody, and thank you, Angela, for that introduction. And I am truly honored to be invited here tonight as the first president in American history to address the Libertarian National Convention. Great honor.
Now, first and foremost, check out the venue. Check out the venue. The DNC or the RNC would be WWE. The fucking Libertarian Party convention would be PWG for my wrestling folks. You know what I'm saying? The ECW arena. You know that's a wrestling pun, but hey, let's look like this shit look like it's in the damn in the Holiday Inn conference room. You know what I'm saying? Like this shit is crazy. But hey, libertarians, bro, libertarians.
A lot of people ask why I came to speak at this Libertarian convention, and you know, it's an interesting question, isn't it? But we're gonna have a lot of fun. Well, in the last year, I've been indicted by the government on 91 different things. So if I wasn't a libertarian before, I sure as hell am a libertarian now. And unlike Joe Biden, I don't throw people in jail for disagreeing with me. I don't do that.
You don't do it now. According to Project 2025, you plan on doing it. So, I mean, hey, tit for tat, I guess. Tit for tat.
I want to thank some people that have been really outstanding, and they are great libertarians and great people. Ambassador Rick Grinnell, Senator Mike Lee, Kash Patel, and Senate candidate who's going to win from Virginia, Hung Cao. I also want
Hey, I don't know. I didn't even look it up, bro. I was laughing so hard when I first heard it because I saw this live. I saw this live. I was laughing so goddamn hard when I heard him say that. I didn't even care to look up like who it actually was. Now it sounds like a maybe Hung. I know is a Korean name. It may be a Korean individual. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? When that motherfucker said senatorial candidate from Virginia, Hung Cao, I spit out what I was drinking at the time. That's the bullshit. But it sounds like something that a libertarian would say. They'll change their name to some shit like that just for the fuck of it. But I don't, for the sake of not being racist, I just left it up to the imagination. Let's continue.
want to pay our deepest respects to the two young missionaries from Missouri, Davy and Natalie Lloyd, that were viciously killed yesterday in Haiti. It was a horrible thing, and I just want to pay our respects to their families. They're great families, incredible people, and it's a very, very sad moment. What happened was so horrible. So to Davy and Natalie, please, thank you very much. I'd also like to express my gratitude to all the fierce champions of freedom in this room. You are champions of freedom. You are indeed. And I'm here to talk to you about the rise of left-wing fascism in the country and to need to defeat the corrupt and incompetent tyrant in the White House, crooked Joe Biden, the worst president in the history of the United States. He is the worst president by far.
Now notice they booed when he said that. They booed when he linked Biden to fascism. Why do you think that is? He gonna reveal it later on in the speech. He gonna reveal it. Listen to a lot of the jeers in the audience. A lot of them saying hypocrite, bullshit. And in one piece, they were saying, "No, that's you." Why do you think that it is? Ponder on that as I play more of this speech here.
In the history of the United States. In fact, I would say that Jimmy Carter is very happy tonight because he goes down as being a brilliant president by comparison. Everyone here tonight believes that we must fight for the same fundamental freedoms: freedom of expression, freedom of religion, freedom of the right to own a firearm, and freedom over taxation. Oh, that was interesting.
They cheered like a motherfucker when he said something about guns. That's all libertarians give a fuck about. Weed, money, and guns. That's all they give a fuck about. I don't know, and I may put this in my newsreel come Thursday. I don't know if y'all been following the case of Dexter. I believe his name is Dexter Taylor. I have his name on Thursday. He's a black dude from New York that built the firearm. I believe it was a couple of weeks ago, last week, a couple of weeks ago, he was sentenced in New York. I don't know what exact, but they gave him some time. They gave him some time. You know what I'm saying? So I'll probably put that in my newsreel for Thursday.
Interesting. Then you're gonna like me, firearm. You're gonna like me. Nobody better than me, and we just got the full.
Did you hear that? Somebody said liar. Why did they say liar? Because what happened in his first year of his presidency? What happened? He banned bump stock. Libertarians weren't fucking with that. Libertarians weren't fucking with that at all. He banned the bump stock after the Las Vegas mass shooting. Banned it. That ain't 2A. That ain't 2A at all. So, you know, the dude that was involved in the Las Vegas shooting had a bump stock. That's how he was spitting out rounds like that. He didn't have an automatic weapon. He had a bump stock, where all you got to do is pull the trigger and let the momentum of the recoil bounce into your shoulder, and you can continuously fire. Once you fire the trigger, and I fired a bump stock before. Once you fire the trigger, you just let momentum and the recoil take over. You can literally just hold your trigger finger right there, and the inertia from the recoil is just gonna bounce. The shit go everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Hell, back in the day when I was younger, they used to do what they call the belt loop trick, where you can hold a rifle on your hip. You can hip fire it, have your trigger finger through your belt loop, and let it go off that way, and it worked as as an automatic weapon that way. Like I said, you ain't got no aim, but you can spray that motherfucker. So, you know, what you gonna do next? Ban belt loops out your pants? Libertarians was pissed off about that shit. But I digress.
NRA, the strongest endorsement they've ever given the NRA, so that's good.
Booing the shit out of them again. NRA ain't libertarian. NRA is a lobbyist group. Libertarians don't fuck with lobbyist groups. Like, bro, this is what's so fun. This is the best and the worst Trump speech of all time. All fucking time. Because everything, literally, damn near everything that he's saying in the speech, libertarians do not fuck with. I'm going to prove some of the biggest points later on.
Freedom from overregulation, freedom from government discrimination, and we believe that we do not have a free country if we do not have free speech, and very strongly believe that.
Libertarians fuck with that. Notice they start cheering. They cheer and boo on shit that they agree with. They gonna boo your ass if they don't agree with it. They gonna cheer if they agree with it. That's just what it is. This shit was odd.
We stand opposed to government tyranny in all of its many forms. We are opposed to a government that spies on political campaigns. I wonder who that might be. Like they did on me, spies on the American people, censors us, and crushes the rights of its own citizens, which the Biden administration does. We want government out of our business, out of our wallets, and out of our lives. This is what we want. We believe that Marxism is an evil doctrine straight from the ashes of hell. Having Marxism in our government is intolerable, and teaching it to our children is considered to us child abuse. We believe that the job of the
now now this is what I'm gonna say before I move forward. And I put shout out to Van Cat, my TFP colleague. I'm gonna put him in this box too. A lot of the times, based on the fact that there's a certain perspective of Biden's cognitive abilities, right? You know, the right take advantage. That's what he said, just from the ashes of hell. Let me say this, and like I said, you know, shout out to Van Cat, man. But I'm putting him in this box too. Based on what the right does when it comes to trying to exploit a false narrative when it comes to Biden's cognitive abilities, because at the end of the day, don't nobody know shit. May he have onset early dementia? Hell, possibly, but nobody knows that. You know what I'm saying? But as a defense, what the left does a lot is they try to push back on. They try to push that narrative or bounce it back to Trump, and there have been scenarios where you could do that. Infamously, Venkat plays the video where he just like it's like he had a brain fart and just like oozed that in middle of the speech, right? The shit's funny at the end of the day. It's funny. But don't get it twisted in any way, shape, or form. Trump is a cunning motherfucker. He cunning, man. He cunning. And that's why I said this may be the best Trump speech based on some of the digs that, and like I said, we're gonna get into it, some of the digs that he put in, some of the ad libs, and some of the outright chaos that he had to basically defend against. This ain't a good look for the left, man. This is not a good look for the left at all. Despite the boos, and like I said, I'm breaking this shit down. Despite the boos and all that shit and the jeers and being called a hypocrite and a phony and all, I totally agree. You ain't gonna get no argument from me. But the way he handled it verbally, arrogance. You know what I'm saying? Like he soaked all of that shit in. And I'm telling the left, hey, y'all better watch out. Y'all better stop playing that cognitive game. Fuck all that. Like, is we gonna deal with the issues or not? You know what I'm saying? But hey, I digress.
The United States military is not to wage endless regime change wars around the globe, senseless wars. The job of
Now they cheered that because, of course, libertarians are anti-war. Let's go on.
The United States military is to defend America from attack and invasion here at home. We believe that property rights are fundamental to a free society and that Joe Biden's rampant inflation is a monstrous theft from the American people. It's a theft.
Now notice they booed that because they also know that's some bullshit. Because Trump ain't doing shit about inflation. If Trump becomes president, Biden's economy will essentially become Trump's economy. It'll be the same shit. Because inflation is not the issue. Corporate price setting is the issue. Libertarians don't give a fuck about that either. Why? Because everybody's free to set their own goddamn prices. More or less to a certain extent, I agree with that. What my issue is, giving the corporations a crutch in order for them not to fail based on competition. That's a libertarian standpoint. You can't in one breath say you fighting inflation and Biden's inflation and all this and that, and then don't tell me what's the cause of the inflation. You're not gonna get that from Trump at any point in time because he don't fucking know. You know what I'm saying? Then you ain't gonna sit up here and lie to my face and say that that's the issue when inflation is at a almost at the standard of what the Fed wants it right now. It's at 3%. The Fed wanted it at 2%. It's only at 3%. So is the issue inflation or is the issue the price that are being set by the corporations? The price that's being set by the I guess you would say the corporateers when it comes to the housing industry. With extravagant rents and all that shit. That ain't got shit to do with Biden. That's the corporations that y'all put a footstool under. So how are you gonna fix that issue? The problem is you won't. You know? Nor should you. But you should also let them fail if the consumer tells them that they need to fail. You're not gonna do that. Because you're a corporatist, just like Biden. You know what I'm saying? But hey, I digress. Let's continue.
We believe that the greatest threat to our country is not from enemies abroad. It's the tyrants, communists, fascists, and thugs attacking our rights and liberties from within.
Hey, he just gave away his foreign policy right there. He gave it away. He was bullshitting, but he gave it away. Biden's goal is to align with all the authoritarian rulers of the world. That's just what it is. Again, Project 2025, please.
And above all else, we live by the words of the great American patriot, Patrick Henry, give me liberty or give me death. Our rights and freedoms have never been more in danger than they are right now. That is why I have come to extend a hand of friendship to ask for your partnership to defeat communism, defeat Marxism, and defeat crooked Joe Biden, who is destroying our country. He's destroying our country. We can be libertarian or anything else. This man is destroying our country.
What they're saying is we want Chase Oliver, the one that ultimately won that round's nomination, because they're gonna have several rounds. But that's what they're saying. We want Chase, like the real libertarian. You know what I'm saying? So just keep that in mind.
Thank you.
We also gonna get into those signs in the audience as well. We're gonna get into that.
And by the way, why isn't Joe Biden here speaking to you?
Now, some of the MAGA cult that was peppered in there, they were saying 4 more years. So it was a hodgepodge. Like, this shit was crazy, man. This was ECW going on in this damn convention
Tonight. You know why? Why isn't he? Because he can't put 2 sentences together. That's why he's not here. The fact is, we should not be fighting each other. If Joe Biden gets back in, there will be no more liberty for anyone in our country. Combined with us in a partnership, we're asking that of the libertarians. We must work together. Combine with us. You have to combine with us. We cannot give crooked Joe Biden 4 more years.
Now, they booed the living shit out of him for that. They booed Odell. They booed the living shit out of him for that. And that's why I said, man, y'all gotta stop with this Trump cognitive shit. Trump is a heel, bro. You don't think he know what the fuck he doing? Do you think that Trump's goal of speaking at this Libertarian National Convention was to get more votes from the Libertarians? I say no. I'm gonna just keep it real with you. I say no. I think it was him, beating on his chest from a I guess you would say not necessarily from a victorious standpoint, because he ain't won nothing. May not win. We don't know. But from a sense of my party, when it relates to certain aspects of policy, social interventionism, I've been able to mainstream a more radical ideology, and the Libertarian Party has been spewing crazy shit for years, and y'all ain't got nowhere. That's why I think he did this, to swing his dick around, to show that essentially, not from an ideological standpoint, I ain't saying that, but essentially from a radical aspect, I have been able to engulf the minds of a large chunk of Americans way faster than y'all been trying to do it for decades. That's what I think. But again, I digress. Let's continue.
We cannot give crooked Joe Biden 4 more years. Today's radical left Democrat Party is not the Democrat Party of years ago, which still wanted big government, but at least believed in tolerance and free speech. Joe Biden's radical left Democrat Party is a fascist movement that wants to throw you in jail. If you post a meme they don't like, they want to throw you in jail if you do something that isn't quite to their liking. What you're...
That's not Biden. See, again, he playing to the low information of the people that he's speaking to. Why do people continuously equate free speech to private ownership? You don't think at least I can say the libertarians are smart enough to understand that shit. That's why that shit didn't get no reactions. They like, what the fuck is he talking about? Twitter, TikTok, whatever the damn platform is, got every right to throw your ass off of it. You're not being prosecuted for saying no shit on Facebook. It ain't happening. You know what I'm saying? At least not criminally prosecuted. You might be civilly if you defame somebody, but that's the rule of law. Libertarians don't agree with the rule of law. That's why I don't fuck with them. But that don't equate to free speech. You know what I'm saying? So get out of here with the crazy shit. We already talked about this. On my latest episode, go check it out. MD's Thought Box Live, the truth about free speech.
Witnessing under Biden is a toxic fusion of the Marxist left, the deep state, the military-industrial complex, the government security and surveillance services, and their partners, all merging together into a hideous perversion of the American system. And that's exactly what it is. The fact is that Joe Biden is a threat to democracy. My mission is to liberate our nation from these fascist frauds and to rescue our democracy, to restore our republic, and to evict crooked Joe Biden from the White House so that America can be...
Again, we already talked about this too. What is a fascist? What is the hallmark of fascism? It's nationalism. What type of nationalism is Joe Biden promoting? Like, bro, we got to stop with the word salad and just saying shit and trying to see what if it stick on the wall. He's doing that specifically for this group because they know those are trigger words for the libertarian. Trigger words. But it's a known fact that Trump promotes nationalism. America First is nationalism. Do the libertarians support nationalism? No. I'm going to prove it once he get to a key point that I want him to say.
Be a free nation once again. He's the worst in history. The Biden regime censors its critics, spies on its opposition, takes away the bank accounts of U.S. citizens as an extra form of punishment, persecutes Christians and patriotic parents, and is currently trying to put the leading candidate for president in jail. That happens to be me. While imposing a strict gag order in order to keep me from talking about their crimes and their unconstitutional acts. They want to get rid of the First Amendment, the Second Amendment, due process, the right to a fair trial, and the right to counsel, all the while pushing wealth confiscation and waging endless and unnecessary wars all over the globe. Anyone can talk about defending freedom, but I've actually put everything on the line to resist these despots and these stuff.
Ooh. That's a goddamn lie.
And I stand before you tonight as your best hope of defeating the weaponized Biden and the very evil regime that his people because it's probably not him, because he doesn't know where the hell he is, but that his people are pursuing. You can make the difference. The Libertarian Party can make a big difference. The Libertarian Party can make a big difference. Together we can make America freer than ever before for citizens of all backgrounds and all walks of life. We can unleash new hope, optimism, and energy. We can release limited government so that the people can have an unlimited future. United, we will be unstoppable. If we unite, we are unstoppable. I will be a true friend to libertarians in the White House. And I am proud to be the only president in 70 years who started no new wars. I took on the military-industrial complex. I broke the stranglehold on neocons and warmongers on the Republican Party.
Now he said something that the libertarians actually like. He said started no new wars, right? So there's a caveat to that, because I agree. Trump wasn't involved in direct conflict. And for the most part, Biden hadn't been involved in direct conflict either. So, he bullshitted you again, because if Trump gets elected, the Israel conflict is still going to continue. The Ukraine conflict is still going to continue. Don't listen to these dumb motherfuckers that's saying that he going to stop it. He's not. At all. At all. When Trump was in office, he engaged in drone warfare. Under Trump, the stats say that drone strikes increased 400%. 400. 400 times more than under Obama. Hell, some people say when he killed Soleimani, the Iranian guy that was fighting ISIS at the time, some people say when he killed Soleimani, October 7th was a direct result of that shit. Because Iran funded the whole shit, as well as the Abraham Accord. The Abraham Accords was a big fuck you to Palestine. A big fuck you. One of Palestine's main gripes was to say, hey, look, do not put U.S. influence in our territory, which was the West Bank. Trump did just that when he moved the embassy. That was a big fuck you. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, there's an argument to be made. I'm just saying there's an argument to be made that the actions of Trump was a direct result of October 7th. You can go that far. If you know how to connect the dots, you can do it. Now, I ain't the tinfoil hat guy, but I'm just saying. Let's continue.
And instead of war, I made peace in the Middle East, something nobody thought was possible, and dealt with Kim Jong-un of North Korea, where a nuclear war was guaranteed to start in a very short period of time if Hillary Clinton became president. You know, that would have been a nuclear war, 100%. And you would have never had the October 7th attack in Israel, would have never happened. And the attack in Ukraine by Russia would never, ever have happened. Wouldn't have happened. Hundreds of thousands.
It wouldn't have happened because you would have worked to just give the shit over. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, in that aspect, yeah, you're correct. You're 100% correct. Because all y'all motherfuckers work together. So I agree with him on that.
And even millions of people would be living today. I unbound the United States from globalist agreements that surrendered our sovereignty. I withdrew from the Paris Accord. I withdrew from the anti-gun UN arms treaty. And I withdrew from the corrupt and very expensive World Health Organization. Not a good Not a good thing. I passed the most significant, and this is so important, but I passed the most significant criminal justice reform in history. And perhaps my proudest accomplishment is to have exposed the depth of corruption in the Washington swamp. Thanks to me, the entire world knows that the deep state is real, and the lamestream media is fake. It's fake. A great libertarian who may very well be in the room right now, I believe, but he's a great libertarian, DeRoy Murdoch, who I've become friends with through his writings in the American Spectator and numerous other places, wrote an article yesterday in which he mentions just some of the things that make me a libertarian without even trying to be one. That's nice. DeRoy wrote, Donald J. Trump will address the Libertarian Party and its national convention on Saturday. The Libertarian Party should nominate Trump for President of the United States. Whoa. That's nice. That's nice. Only if you want to win. Only if you want to win. Maybe you don't want to win.
See what I mean? Shit like that is why, hey, y'all got to start taking this motherfucker serious, man. Shit like that is why, bro. You can say all the backdrop shit that you want. Oh, you know, look at what Trump's doing. He's having cognitive issues. That shit, it may work for Biden, it ain't working for Trump. So my in my humble opinion, I think y'all need to start actually speaking on the facts of the matter when it comes to his policy. That's just me. You know what I'm saying? That's just me. Again, I'm saying that this is the greatest Trump speech of this campaign era. That's what I'm saying. I'm gonna just keep it. I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all. No, not because of the shit that he said, because of the way that he handled it. I just got to be real.
Maybe you don't want to win. Thank you, DeRoy. Thank you. No, only do that if you want to win. If you want to lose, don't do that. Keep getting your 3% every 4 years. The reasons for doing so, policy and politics, are as solid.
And you know how much of a bold motherfucker you got to be to demean the people that you trying to pander to, bro, at the same time? Like, just outright. Not being no snake with it. Just outright, bro. Outright. Keep getting your 3%. Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you a cold-blooded motherfucker. Hey, I got to give Trump his props, bro. I got to do it. Not for the shit that he said, once again, but for the way that he handled it.
As the Hope Diamond, DeRoy says this event is very unprecedented, he said. As the Cato Institute president, Peter Gotler, observed in Thursday's Washington Post, it will be the first time think of this, first time in U.S. history that a presidential candidate of a rival party will address the convention of a party that is presumably gathering to nominate its own candidate. Now I think you should nominate me or at least vote for me, and we should win together.
So this motherfucker's off the chain. He off the chain, y'all.
Nominate me or vote. Vote for me. Because the libertarians want to vote for me, and most of them will. And it's very important. Because we have to get rid of the worst president in history. And together we will. And without it, there's a risk that we could have 4 more years, we won't have a country left. So what is the purpose of the Libertarian Party getting 3% What is the reason to take a chance of having this horrible president destroy our country, which he will do in far less than 4 years? It's not going to take 4 years. That is why I'm committing to you tonight that I will put a libertarian in my cabinet and also libertarians in senior posts. Pretty good.
Hey, you're right, Jesse. That's some bold shit, man. Then you say
That's
you're gonna put a
pretty big.
libertarian in the cabinet.
Or
So
you can keep going the way you have for the
you're gonna have a
last
libertarian at the secretary
long
position.
decades and get you 3% and meet again, get another 3%.
How that shit gonna work? I don't know.
No, you want to make yourself winners. It's time to be winners. You have a lot of common sense. It's time to be a winner. So I'm asking for the liberation. Well, think of it. I'm asking for the Libertarian Party's endorsement, or at least lots of your votes, lots and lots of Libertarian votes, based on my 4-year, very outstanding presidential record. Much of my record is Libertarian. As an example, D-Roy, thank you. Hey, where is D-Roy? Is he here? D-Roy, where are you? He's great. I like D-Roy. I've liked him for a long time, and he is a libertarian. Thank you, D-Roy. Thank you. D-Roy wrote, the $1.5 trillion Tax Cuts and Jobs Act was America's largest infusion of tax release. That's the largest tax relief ever. It sliced individual tax rates for all taxpayers and slashed corporate tax rates from a punishing 35% to a globally competitive, and much more than that, only 21%, way down. It was the largest tax cut in the history of our country. Now you can like it or you don't have to like it. Immediate expense.
Now, again, the Tax Act did very little for the people that he's pandering to. It did a lot for the corporation. How when again, libertarians don't fuck with taxes. They don't. Slave wages, what do they call that shit? Yes, wage slave is what they call it, right? They don't fuck with taxes. So I could see why you would tout that policy to these particular group of people. But in the ultimate reality of it all, it did very little for the people that you depend on to get into the presidency. That's just a fact. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm probably going to get more deeper into that in my show, The Truth About Biden's Economy. I'm gonna get deeper into that. But you know, that's a good thing for the libertarian. The libertarian don't think that we need to be taxed, like at all, for nothing. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, they want to complain, bitch, and moan about the Federal Reserve. How that work? What you understand that there needs to be military defense of the country. Where the fuck is the money gonna come from? I digress. Let's continue.
Fencing of business equipment and other reductions fueled the best economy that our country has ever had. For 4 years, we had the best economy our country has ever had. Black and Hispanic unemployment reached the best levels in history. Female.
That's a lie. In actuality, for better or worse, however you want to look at it, black unemployment is at its lowest under Biden. What does that mean when everything is high as hell? Not much. But if we talk about statistically, black unemployment under Biden is at a 50-year low. So, you know, there's that. Now, another lie.
Joblessness slid to levels unseen before. Black poverty collapsed to record lows. And all of the things, income inequality shrank, and it shrank at levels we've never witnessed. Between 2016 and 2019, real median household income grew. These were the Trump years. 16.4%, the highest ever, to almost $10,000 per family. Think of that.
Lying like a motherfucker.
Number two, Trump cut red tape as never before. He promised to kill 2 old regulations for every new one. And in fact, he ended up actually scrapping 8 for 1. And he was going to 12 to 1 and doing numbers that were unbelievable. Thank you, DeRoy. DeRoy is, and I'm actually just quoting from the article that came out today from
So he don't even know what the fuck you're talking about.
He said, number 3, Trump fully restrained inflation. We had practically none. Prices were rising just 1.4% as he left office.
They
And this
booing
was
because
a
they know that's some
fraction of the
bullshit.
9% inflation that lying Joe Biden repeatedly claims Trump handed him. No, he said we handed him no. It went up to 9% after he took over the White House and created all the inflationary acts. He did a horrible job.
It went up because you fumbled COVID. You fumbled the shit. You fumbled the shit. You played as if you wasn't fucking with shutdowns, and yet you shut the fucking country down. Or you allowed individual states to shut their state down when you said that shit wasn't gonna happen, and you was gonna streamline how we were supposed to deal with COVID. You fucked it up. Now, when it comes to COVID, do I think there should have been a shutdown at some point in time? Yes, because we didn't know what the fuck was going on. But when you shut it down, then you come up with a plan to open the economy back up. You didn't have a plan. You fumble. You went from no vaccine to Operation Warp Speed. You fumble. So, I mean, you bullshit. Stop bullshit. The economy did what it did because of you. Like, what the fuck?
The 30-year mortgage rate, as Trump departed, was 2.77% versus the almost 9% today. And you, by the way, even if you pay 9%, you can't get any money. There's no money available. Trump's drill, baby, drill approach fostered energy independence, which we've never had before. Low fuel and electricity.
Under Biden right now, currently as it stands, he's the president with the most oil production on land in this country. The most ever out of all presidents. What Trump want to do is he wants to incentivize the corporations to keep the shit drilling. Lying through his motherfucking teeth.
Electricity prices help moderate inflation and propel economic growth. But all of these things have now skyrocketed. They have skyrocketed to levels never seen. Inflation has hit us harder than it's probably ever hit us before, and people are suffering because of it. Trump promoted parental rights and school choice. Trump's education department repealed the so-called guidance letter that turned on-campus sexual harassment accusations into de facto criminal convictions. You know all about that. Who else would do that for you? Trump restored due process to the he said, she said minefield for your children. I know many, many people, what they've gone through with that is they've gone through hell. In a powerful blow, Trump required universities to respect the First Amendment lest they lose their federal funds. I said, you don't respect the First Amendment, we're taking away all of your federal funding. Trump torpedoed.
Now listen to the contradiction. Yet your guy, your resident ass kisser, the House Speaker Mike Johnson, was essentially trying to take that away, and all the rest of the damn Republicans with the anti-Semitism bill. Like, bro, you like lying, bro. Hell, that's bipartisan bill, by the way. You ain't fighting that shit like at all. At all. Is that fighting for free speech? Trying to give and now, do I agree with a lot of that shit that's going on college campuses? No, because they don't respect the rule of law. But do I think it's a hate crime for them to be protesting what's going on in Israel? Hell no. Like, but that's what the people that kiss your ass want to do, sir. Mike Johnson is spearheading that shit with that anti-Semitism bill. Bullshit. You fighting for free speech? Get the fuck out of here.
Obamacare's individual mandate and got rid of many of its taxes. Medical price transparency empowered consumers to shop.
Hold on, I dropped my mouse. Hold on. God damn. Mic check, mic check. My bad, man. I dropped my mouse, man. Then I bumped my shit. Hold on, give me a second. I'm tripping. I'm tripping like a motherfucker. Can you still hear me? God damn, I done lost my shit. My page. Hold on. I'm going back to it now. Hold on. I think I'm back. Let me know if I'm back. I don't know what the fuck just happened. I hit the back button some type of way. I dropped my damn. Fuck it. I used the touchpad. That was. God damn it. I used the touchpad. Fuck it. I get it later. Cause I'm on my bed in my truck, man, and I got my mic stand right here, and I can't. Goddamn, that shit fell like way in the front of my in the cab part of my truck. That was funny. All right, let me start. I use the touchpad. Fuck it. Fuck it. We'll do it live. Fuck it.
For healthcare services and compare costs, and this is one of the biggest things that's happened, and it's reducing the price of drugs and everything related to drugs and medical care at levels not seen before. This will soon be happening. The competition is now slowing what were ballooning healthcare expenses. Trump signed right to try. Terminally ill patients now can receive experimental and possibly life-saving treatments. And when at death's door, what do these suffering Americans have to lose? What do they have to lose, you ask? They are so thousands and thousands of people are now living because of right to try. Trump nominated some 300 constitutionalist federal judges, a record, including a seldom-seen 3 Supreme Court justices in one presidential term. Very rarely seen before, if ever. Trump canceled and defunded federal diversity, equity, and inclusion programs and other state-funded racism schemes. The VA Mission Act, which Trump signed, lets military veterans receive federally funded medical care in the private sector.
Let them just get through some of
if
this
delays
shit,
prevent their treatment in VA hospitals. In other words, if they're delayed, they can go out and get a private doctor. We pay the bill. They go out, they get a private doctor, they get better. People were waiting online for 2 months, 3 months, 5 months, 6 months, and not anymore. Trump signed a measure that streamlined dismissals of federal bureaucrats who abuse America's beloved veterans. He got NATO countries to pay hundreds of billions of dollars more for their protection. The only president who did so, and substantially reducing what we were forced to pay. We got them to pay, other nations to pay hundreds of billions of dollars that they weren't paying. No other president was able to do that, reducing very substantially what we paid. During the Trump administration, we had peace through strength, no wars other than the complete and total destruction of ISIS. And DeRoy ended by saying
Look at that shit. Look at that
that
shit.
most libertarians would say this is a non-exhaustive roster of accomplishments like no other, that it truly shines. So again, DeRoy, thank you very much. DeRoy Murdoch, I appreciate it. We could not have written that better. And as you say, there were many other things we did that were quite libertarian also. So I want to thank you very much. That was a great article. Thank you. DeRoy Murdoch, thank you. When I return to the White House, we will break the deep state grip on our democracy once and for all. I did far more than any other president in that regard. As an example, I inherited James Comey, a terrible, terrible person from the Obama administration. And very early on, I fired him and lots of others at the FBI, in addition to thousands and thousands of corrupt and unnecessary people.
Yeah, you got rid of them because they were essentially forced to investigate your motherfucking ass for the corrupt shit that you were doing. Robert Mueller and Jane Comey really didn't have much of a choice. Yeah, they picked Robert Mueller as special counsel. Yeah. Like, come on, bro. You wanted James Comey to bend the knee. And James Comey said, no, motherfucker, we are an independent entity within the executive branch of government. We're going to do our motherfucker job, hook or by crook. And you didn't like that. So, there's that. Let's continue.
Throughout our government. And now we are going to
go read the book, The Deep State. That was one of my Thought Box Book of the Month. That's a great book. It goes chronologically through the timeline of the whole James Comey, Robert Mueller, McGahn incident within the FBI. Go through the whole shit with Jeff Sessions and all of that. So, there's that. Let's continue.
Finish the job. We will root out the sickness that has taken over our Justice Department, our FBI, and other agencies. Our goal will be nothing less than the rebirth of fair, equal, and impartial justice under the constitutional rule of law. Since the day he took office, Joe Biden has worked to persecute political dissidents, including conservatives, Catholics, and other Christians and opponents of his weaponized state. Right now, the Biden DOJ is trying to put Christians in.
That nigga said Catholics. Nigga, Joe Biden is Catholic. Well, you can't make this shit up, man. You can't do it, bro. That motherfucker know how to MAGA babble. He know how to do it. Skillfully. He know how to do it.
In prison for 11 years for the crime of singing hymns. The moment I win the election, I will appoint a special task force to rapidly review the cases of every political prisoner who has been unjustly persecuted by the Biden administration so that I can sign their pardons or commutations on day one.
Do that. Hey, shout out to Jesse. Do that include Mumia Abu Jamal? I'm just asking. What are we classifying as a political prisoner? Jesse can attest for that. Shout out to him. Shout out to him. It's finna get good. It's finna get good. Give me a second.
And I will ensure that libertarians are helping to lead that task force. You'll be on that task force, many of you. As everyone knows, it will be my great honor to pardon the peaceful January 6th protesters, or, as I often call them, the hostages. They're hostages. There has never been a group of people treated so harshly or unfairly in our country's history. This abuse will be rectified, and it will be rectified very quickly. And if you vote for me on day one, I will commute the sentence of Ross Ulbricht, who was sentenced of time served.
Stop it right there. the fucking crowd went crazy. Crowd went crazy, folks. First of all, who is Ross Ulbricht? That's what we got to find out. Let's go here. I'm gonna come back to this. Let's go here. Because now we got to do some investigative journalism, right? Hold on. Let me cancel. Hold on. Let me get my tab right. Hold on. No. Let me do this. First of all, let me ask a question to the chat. Who's backing? Who's the biggest political backer? Not financial. Who's the biggest political backer of Trump right now, besides the RNC, the Republican National Committee? Everybody should know the answer. I just talked about Project 2025. Who's behind Project 2025? Does anybody know the name of the think tank? I'll wait for a response. That's what I'll do. I shall wait for a response. If I don't get now, I'll just tell y'all the answer. You know what I'm saying? Let me see. Let me go back to work. 10 more seconds. 10 more seconds for an answer. Boom. Jesse got it. Heritage Foundation. Heritage Foundation. The Heritage Foundation is quite literally the biggest political backer of Donald Trump. Their whole platform is fit for Donald Trump. Whole fucking platform. The Heritage Foundation. Trump just said that he will commute the sentence of Ross Ulbricht for time served. He'll just give him time served. That'll be it. Let's go here. Like we got to start digging deeper, folks. That's just what it is. Let's go here. This is from the Heritage Foundation website. It says Trump shouldn't, this is from 2020, December 24, 2020. Trump shouldn't pardon dark web pirate Ulbricht. Some are arguing President Donald Trump to consider pardoning a pirate. It's been some time since anyone has uttered those words, but make no mistake, this pirate is just as dangerous and deserving of punishment as those who sailed the high seas centuries ago. Ross Ulbricht used Dread Pirate Roberts as his I can't say that fucking name, sobriquet, as he built an underworld. I'm guessing that was his username. As he built an underworld dark web empire that would have made Blackbeard blush. If it sounds sinister, it's because it is. The dark web generally refers to parts of the internet that someone needs specialized software such as a Tor browser to access. It seeks to anonymize users and as like a VPN basically, and as a result has become a hotbed for criminal activity where users take advantage of Bitcoins and other cryptocurrencies to anonymously make and receive payments for everything from guns and drugs to child pornography and human trafficking more generally. That's where Ulbricht, masquerading as Dread Pirate Roberts in allusion to a character from the movie Princess Bride, saw an opportunity to profit and founded Silk Road. Think of it as an anonymous eBay or Amazon for drugs and other illicit activity. Ulbricht made money by taking a percentage of each transaction that occurred on his site. While reports make clear that Silk Road's terms of service explicitly ban many types of transactions, it's unclear how strictly Ulbricht enforced those restrictions. More importantly, it's clear, as the New York Times reported, in just 2.5 years, Silk Road had become a hub for more than $1.2 billion worth of transactions, many of them in cocaine, heroin, and LSD. As another writer, Nick Bilton, put in, during his trial, prosecutors presented mountains of evidence showing that Ulbricht had approved the sale of almost every drug imaginable, even to minors, that he had allowed the sale of cyanide and guns, that he had created incentives and promotions to enable more people to sell more drugs on Silk Road. Ulbricht had his supporters Ulbricht and his supporters had sought to portray Silk Road as a libertarian fantasy gone wrong. He even had the audacity to argue at his sentencing that his website had been beneficial to the health of those who used to buy used it to buy or sell drugs, presumably because he removed the risk from the transactions by removing them from the streets and conducting them online. But that's not right. Just ask the parents of 2 individuals who died because of the drugs they purchased from Silk Road. One of the individuals was 25, the other only 16. In heartbreaking testimony at Ulbricht's sentencing, those parents put human faces to the devastating consequences of Ulbricht's actions. And while some seek to influence the president's decision by saying that Ulbricht is a young man who has become a victim of our aggressive Justice Department and someone who got screwed by the feds with an insanely harsh sentence. He got sentenced with life without parole, by the way. These individuals don't know or aren't highlighting key information the president needs to know. It's disingenuous to characterize Ulbricht, aka Dread Pirate Roberts, as some of those mentioned above have, as the first-time offender who committed a nonviolent crime. That's important because how many nonviolent crime black folks is sitting in jail right now? But hey, y'all ain't champion for them. To be fair, Al Capone, who federal authorities indicted for tax evasion, could be characterized in much of the same way. Is anyone buying that description for him? I didn't think so. And they shouldn't buy it for Ulbricht either. After all, plotting the murder for hire of 5 individuals sounds more like something Capone would do, rather than something a young man who got screwed by an overly aggressive Justice Department would do. But that's exactly what Ulbricht did. Want to read the chats for yourself where he plots those murders? Here you go. They give you the link. They're chilling. And again, how many first-time nonviolent offenders haggle over price for killings? Seek a bundle deal if multiple hits can be accomplished at once. Agree to the torture of his victims if certain money or information can be recovered. And ask for photographic proof of at least one of the completed deeds. So he was having plots of murder for hire, trying to kill somebody. I'm assuming somebody owed him some money. I'm assuming. I don't know why he want these folks dead. I don't know. Thank goodness that no one was actually killed in these plots. Ulbricht got scammed to the somebody scammed his dumb ass. Scammed to the tune of $650,000. But he didn't know that at the time. And as Bilton, who watched the entirety of Ulbricht's trial and ultimately wrote a book about it. So, blah, 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 it goes on. Not to mention the fact, now this article don't even go into that it was transactions dealing with human trafficking on that site as well. And the prosecution was saying but couldn't prove that it was sales of human organs going on the site as well. You think I give a fuck about that? I don't. But that's a lot of the mindset of these fucking crazy ass libertarians. They think you can just do whatever the fuck you want to do. You know what I'm saying? even to the point where it infringes on other people's rights. Now, the drug thing, that stopped right there for me. You want to get high, get high. You know what I'm saying? I get it. And shit happens when it comes to overdoses, things of that nature. I get it. But it was proven in court that he was actively trying to kill 5 people. Actively. It was also proven in court that it was human trafficking going on the site. So again, say what you want. Say what you want, folks. I'm telling you, the majority of libertarians don't give a fuck about the rule of law. They could care less. They could care less. A lot of them motherfuckers is anarcho-capitalists. Don't think government should be involved. And for the most part, I won't go far to say that I'm an anarcho-capitalist. I'm not. Do I believe some regulations and shit need to get the fuck out of here? Yes, I do. But I respect the rule of the law. I respect the rule of law enough to understand where the red line is. You know what I'm saying? And libertarians don't. They just don't. So that's one point made. Let's go to what else, the other points. Let's go to that.
He's already served 11 years. We're going to get him home. We're going to get him home. I'm proud that I have put forward a detailed plan to smash the censorship and industrial complex and restore free speech. On day one, I will sign an executive order banning federal agencies from colluding to censor the lawful speech of American citizens. And we will remove the rogue bureaucrats who conspire to take away your...
How are you going to do that? Let's say that again, because... Let's say that again.
First Amendment. Remove the rogue citizens. And we will remove the rogue bureaucrats who conspire to take away your First Amendment freedoms. We will do that quickly. I will...
How are the bureaucrats conspiring to take away my First Amendment? I need detail on that. I need detail. Because if you're talking about the social media aspect, then, sir, you would be taking away the freedoms of those people that own these platforms. That's what you would be doing. Like what the fuck are we talking about? Your people are actively trying to take away First Amendment freedoms, such as the anti-Semitism bill. Actively. You know what I'm saying? Like what's going on?
Once again, slash a record number of liberty-destroying regulations. I will stop Joe Biden's plan for the largest tax. He is going to give you the largest tax increase in the history of our country. And I will end that. And I will make the Trump tax cuts the biggest in the history of our country. We will make them permanent tax cuts. We will also stop the massive Biden inflation tax, a stealth tax by which crooked Joe Biden is printing trillions and trillions of dollars and plundering it for the cronies and political friends that he's got all over Washington. And we will cancel the Green New Deal, which is the Green New Scam. It's a big scam. We will terminate Crooked Joe's insane electric vehicle mandate. And we're going to bring your energy costs down by 60 and 70% because we will drill, baby, drill. We're going to drill, baby, drill. We will eliminate illegal government discrimination, return to a society based on individual rights and individual merit.
Bullshit. What they're saying now is end the Fed. You know, that's a big libertarian trope too, talking about end the Federal Reserve. Again, how you gonna do that? Where you gonna get your money from? I don't fucking know. Your guess is as good as mine. You know what I'm saying? You want to end the Federal Reserve. You want to stop all forms of taxation. So a lot of these libertarians, those are your anarchists. They just saying, fuck it, just be out there. You know what I'm saying? Government shouldn't be making no type of money move, like at all. At fucking all. I don't go that far. Do I believe in less government? Yes, I do. Do I believe in individualism? Yes, I do. Do I believe in the right to private ownership to a certain extent? Yes, I do. I don't believe in discrimination. I don't believe in not having some form of governmental appropriation. That's stupid. That's where I get off the bus when it comes to the Libertarian Party. These motherfuckers are crazy.
Thank you. And I will also stop Joe Biden's crusade to crush crypto. We're going to stop it. I will ensure that the future of crypto and the future of Bitcoin will be made in the USA, not driven overseas. I will support the right to self-custody to the nation's 50 million crypto holders. I say this with your vote. I will keep Elizabeth Warren and her goons away from your Bitcoin. And I will never allow the creation of a central bank digital currency. I will also immediately end the humanitarian disaster on our southern border. We will end it quickly. You cannot have capitalism and also have open borders because you will soon be turned into a socialist nation.
That's the biggest lie of the night. And notice the libertarians start booing right there. Now, why did the libertarian start booing there? Because he lied through his motherfucking teeth. Let's play it again so y'all get an understanding of what I'm talking about.
The poor nation will see the end the humanitarian disaster on our southern border. We will end it quickly. You cannot have capitalism and also have open borders because you cannot have capitalism and also have open borders because you cannot have capitalism and also have open borders because you will soon be turned into a socialist nation.
That's the biggest bunch of bullshit I ever heard in my life. What do I always say to my folks that fuck with me on the regular? If you are a capitalist organically, by default, you are a globalist. Why? If you are a true free market capitalist, there will always be open borders. Why? Because I don't give a fuck where the money come from. I do not care. Give me the money. You know what I'm saying? He's lying. How do I know he's lying? Check this out. Let's go back. Let's go back to the Libertarian website. Simple as that. This is from libertarianparty.org. This is in a platform. Like I ain't got to make nothing up that I say. Libertarians believe that if someone is peaceful, they should be welcome to immigrate to the United States. Let me blow it up just a little bit. Libertarians believe that people should be able to travel freely as long as they are peaceful. We welcome immigrants who come seeking a better life. The vast majority of immigrants are very peaceful and highly productive. Indeed, the United States is the country of immigrants of all backgrounds and walks of life. Some families have just been here for more generations than others. Newcomers bring great vitality to our society. Check this shit here out. A truly free market requires the free movement of people, not just products and ideas. God damn. Whether they are from India or Mexico, whether they have advanced degrees or very little education, immigrants have one great thing in common. They bravely left their familiar surroundings in search of a better life. Many are fleeing extreme poverty and violence and are searching for a free and safe place to try to build a life. We respect and admire the courage and are proud that they see the United States as a place of freedom, stability, and prosperity. I'm gonna end it right there. Stop letting these damn politicians bullshit you when all we have to do is look at your platform and know what the fuck you stand on. I'm gonna end it right there, folks. I ain't gonna play no more. I prove my point. I prove my point. That was the best Trump speech of this campaign cycle based on the fact that he had the nuts to get up on that stage and talk his shit. Very eloquently, in fact. I hold to that. But literally, everything he said on that stage was a bullshit. Everything. Straight like that. So let's just keep it a buck with each other at the end of the day. Democrats, y'all got some work to do. Stop with the bullshit. Focus on the policy. That's all you got to do. That's all you got to do. I don't fuck with your policy. Don't get it twisted. I don't fuck with your policy at all. But at the very least, right? At the very least, I know you ain't no goddamn authoritarian. At the very least. So I'm telling you, do your homework. Biden, you got a month. You got a month. Do your homework. Take your mind pill or whatever the fuck you got to do. That's going to be a critical juncture in this campaign. Critical. Because that performance that Trump just put on, you got your work cut out, sir. You got your work cut out in a hostile environment. Hostile. Lying through his goddamn teeth. He did it well. He did it very well. Babbling like a motherfucker. Telling them what they wanted to hear. Not giving you the outliers. Spoken like a true politician. So with that being said, hey, y'all enjoy y'all night. Get ready for work tomorrow. I will see y'all tomorrow. TFP, Take Fist Politics, over at the Straight Talk Society. It should be a great show. Then of course, Wednesday, same channel, Straight Talk Society, we'll be reviewing AEW's Double or Nothing. Then Thursday, I'll be right back with MD's Thought Box Live, the truth about Biden's economy. We're going to get to the meat and potatoes of what's really going on from an economic standpoint with Biden, as well as the opposition of what Trump is claiming he's going to do. We're going to get into all that. And the news for the week, because there's a lot of shit that's going on. We're going to get into Alito. We're going to get into the Supreme Court decision in South Carolina with the gerrymander. We're going to get into all that shit. And we just going to go the fuck in. You know what I'm saying? So stay tuned. Stay tuned. Appreciate that, Jesse. Hey, I see you, man. I see you. Join us about, I bet. Yeah, that'll be my nightcap for Frontline News. That'll be my nightcap. Everybody go over to Frontline Black News. Jesse will be over there spitting. As always with Lady Che and Shabaki if he's available. You know what I'm saying? I go over there for the nightcap listening in. And yeah, man, appreciate for everybody coming through. Hey, again, I hope y'all had a good Memorial Day. I hope y'all ate good. No problem, Van Cat. God damn, you still at work. I thought I had it bad. Damn. Hey, I drove from Louisiana to Georgia, man. Like, it wasn't no traffic, so it was a good ride. I was able to go home and come back. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I'll see you tomorrow, Van Cat. But yeah, no doubt. Hopefully everybody have a good Memorial Day. Enjoy the rest of your night. Get some sleep. And get ready for work and get, be on time tomorrow. And make that money, man. I'm gonna have a good ass check come Friday. I'm gonna have a great check. Cause on top of this, of course, I get holiday pay. So I'm gonna have a good check. My check gonna be great. I pulled in 6 loads for the week. Usually I only do 4. Like 4 is my average. Not average, but that's what I do. You know what I'm saying? But I did 6 because I did exclusive scrap loads this week. So all I was doing just hauling scrap back and forth Louisiana. And I hit $400 in the casino last night. So, hey, I'm straight. You know what I'm saying? I hit that sub bitch on the slide. So I'm good. I'm good. That's my little spending cash for the week. So, but yeah, everybody, hey, peace out, man. Catch me tomorrow, TFP, Tefis Politics. And with that, I'm gonna say peace.
Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
At the very same time that America refused to give the Negro any land, our government was giving away millions of acres of land in the West and the Midwest, which meant that it was willing to undergird its white peasants from Europe with an economic floor. But not only did they give the land, they built land-grant colleges with government money to teach them how to farm. Not only that, they provided county agents to further their expertise in farming. Not only that, they provided low interest rates in order that they could mechanize their farms. Not only that, today many of these people are receiving millions of dollars in federal subsidies not to farm, and they are the very people telling the black man that he ought to lift himself by his own bootstraps.
So for the generation that is born right after the crisis, we call them the prophet archetype, and that would be, for instance, boomers, but we've had many other examples. Indulgently raised in a very secure era. They come of age during these times of spiritual awakening, a lot of protests, a lot of social divisions, and they break through. They try to, they want to individualize the country. They want to free individuals from the sort of tyranny of the collective. Give a fuck.
give a fuck, give a fuck, give a fuck. Like Tupac, nigga, I don't give a fuck. Everybody wanna ride for it with no car. Make a lot of money, live life like the stars do. If you do what they do, then what kind of king are you? Don't let money change you for the bad. Do what gods do. Everybody say they want power, but they don't really want power. They let the money hold the fame, make them a dummy. Money never made me, bitch, I'm making the money. I keep a smile every day, whether rain or sunny. A main bitch a day, wanna she kept it 100. Young 5'6", addict who love to get blunted. Up in the bed, I'm the dog, that's right, I'm atomic. Bury the bone in the cat, get back to the money. All the jealousy and lying niggas throwing at each other over crumbs on the cool, it's hard to consider. Some of you niggas to be real, cause you're real bitch made. These days, and the whole be harder than niggas. But I don't give a fuck, never have, never will. Real niggas really scared to tell it like it is. So many heartbreaks, hella blood, sweat, and tears over game. Now this is how I feel, tell them I don't give a fuck, I don't give a fuck. Like Tupac, nigga, I don't give a fuck. Niggas hating on the low, I don't give a fuck. I'ma get more money, more, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck, I don't give a fuck. Like Too Short, nigga, I don't give a fuck. You can fuck my bitch, I don't give a fuck. I can get another one, I'm rich and I don't give a fuck. Tell them I don't give a fuck. Beat it with the microphone, I'm a flame spitter. Was a peacemaker, now a menace like the cane, nigga. Haters and you homo thugs, fucking up the game, nigga. We were never in the same class, you a lame, nigga. I don't got time to be dissing a nigga who ain't worth a penny, cause mentally I'm too above for dissing the fake. On top of that, I'm a player, the player hating that's never been in my blood, nigga. That's ammunition for hate. If I call up the cavalry, it'll be a fatality. One phone call, they'll be minutes away. Better make peace with your creator, cause on the cool, I don't think you wanna perish a cent of the day. Money on the mind, vision on the prize. Look into my eyes, you will see the devil is alive. Real warriors of God live eternally, and if you know the definition, baby, I will never die. Finally got the key of life. If you listen to my new shit, I got the blueprint to set the street afire. The majority of niggas in the game ain't fucking with the method of business that we apply. I don't give a fuck, I don't give a fuck. Like Tupac, nigga, I don't give a fuck. Niggas hating on the low, I don't give a fuck. I'ma get more money, more, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck, I don't give a fuck. Like Too Short, nigga, I don't give a fuck. You can fuck my bitch, I don't give a fuck. I can get another one, I'm rich and I don't give a fuck. Tell them I don't give a fuck. Beat it with the microphone, I'm a flame spitter. Haters and you homo thugs, fucking up the game, nigga. You a lame, nigga. Give a fuck, 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 give a fuck.
Red alert. All hands stand to battle stations.
Warning. Warning. Nigga babble detected. System overload. Warning. Warning. Nigga babble detected. System overload.